Time shows 11:55, so technically it's still morning, so we'll go ahead. We got 69 degrees in Dallas. We got light rain passing through. I think the SFI number is a little low, so we'll give it a try anyway, see what we can find. This is a Sunday morning, for me at least. I normally sleep late on Sundays, so this is where I will start. April the 11th, I started yesterday, and that's what my map looked like. Everything was going out to the east, northeast. We're gonna check again. I had my ham alert on here. I got James is on again, but I can't hear him on 18084.5. James is sending CW. So we're gonna keep our eye out on the ham alerts. And then we've got our CW down here. What we got? We got James is on 14033.6 possibly. I can hear that, but it's very light. Check the Pota spots. Let's go 20 meters. He's on 140335. I'm gonna see if I can pick him up. I'm hearing both sides, it sounds like. Alright, he didn't hear me that time. Put my meter on SWR. And the signal fades away. I can still hear it though. Alright, the signal keeps fading, so I'm going to move on. Well, it's coming back now. It's like it faded completely this time. Sounds like it's coming back. Alright, it's definitely fading in and out, but I'm going to try to see if I can get to it. It's on the inside now. Someone's responding to him. He just sent something to them. But I can't hear the hunter on the other side. And you got all these N0 call signs. I believe that's the Georgia QSO party. Here we go. There's our answer. He says, thank you, Joe. I think James. Since he said thank you, Joe, I said thank you, James. And the signal's fading. I can barely hear it. I heard the dit at the end though. So we want to copy that, and I put Pota in my comments. All right, if I go look at James's call sign, WB0 RLJ. That's not what I wanted. You can see he's got a bunch of stuff, a lot of switches, different radios, that kind of stuff. So he does a lot of CW. What I was trying to do was bring up my logbook and search for James in my logbook. And you can see here I've got 66 contacts with James on CW. Most of them Pota. It looks like all of them. Well, there's one. Yeah, even that one's Pota. Here's some down at the bottom that were not Pota. Some of my first contacts with him back in 2024 were not Pota, but all the rest are. Oh, there's another page to this. Okay, these aren't Pota. These are just random CQs. And what was I saying? Those call signs, I was seeing a bunch of them that have N0 in them, like Zen0M, N0U. If we go search for those. That was the Missouri QSO party. So if you see some of those, all they want is a state. So you send them a signal report and a state, and that's a contact. There's AI0Y. I've seen that one before several times. He's not on the spot page, so I don't know what he's doing. If he's... Here's one of those N0As on 43.4. It says 19 dB, so I'll see if I can hear it. So that was what, Missouri QSO party, it said? Let's see if we can find it. There it is right here, Missouri QSO party. There's a break and then it starts back over. 6, 12, 18, after 18 or so. It says 1400 to 20. And what are they doing here? Look down here for their exchanges. Exchange would be just a signal report and a state. So that's for the Missouri QSO party. And the SKCC Sprintathon is going on. I might do something with that. I might try it. I've got an SKCC number, but I haven't used it very much. Alright, let's get back to the spot page. I heard something there from Utah, but it went away. We'll give it a second, see if it comes back. We got W1AW/7. If you're in the, what is it? If you're in the ARRL, I believe it's 250. I forgot what it's called. So we'll go here. Go under rewards and logbook. It's the 250th anniversary of the United States. That's on QRZ. A lot of these W1AW stations are calling out. And I've got 13 contacts with Grego here, K6EGG. And I believe, so I could do it if I had mixed, I can get that award. I want the CW award. I still need a bunch more for that. But I've made 21 contacts here with W1AW/4 on CW. It's W1A, 34. What was 34? I thought I was listening to W1AW. So I want to go to 14.030.1. 30.1. And I'm not hearing that at all. So I'll go back to the spot page here. I was waiting on Utah, I thought, but I'm not hearing them. So I'll continue on the spot page here. KR4FTN from North Carolina at Lake Norman State Park. See if he calls CQ again. There we go. Signal's fading. That's 5-9 sent twice, state sent twice, Texas, and then a BK, which means back to you. A dit at the end means we're done. So I'm reaching North Carolina this morning. It's Maggie Dill in North Carolina. And sometimes when I hear I have a clear signal like this, I will just sit and listen and try to decode some of the other call signs that are being sent. It's good practice because they go at different speeds. I did not get a chance to go out in Pota yesterday because of rain in the area. Just continuous rain here in Dallas. It's doing the same this morning. It's the end of it's going through right now. That's when I put my antenna up. Colorado, and no one's hit my ham alert. There's a station on 10 meters. 28015.9. Let's see if I could even hear that. Nothing heard but dead air. But that's the way 10 meters is for me this time of year. Back to the spot page. Hearing a weak signal there. I don't know which side it is though. Louisiana's kind of close. I usually don't hear states that are nearby on 20 meters. It's way down in the noise. All right, I'm gonna assume I can't hear Louisiana. Colorado, 7 minutes ago. And this one in North Carolina that I was hearing is 900 miles away. But the one in Louisiana is 348, but I can't hear it. I guess the signal's going right over him. All right, I see a bunch of stuff to the left and to the right on the waterfall. Let me see if I can go left. It sounded like 50. That's almost a plus 30 signal. Or 493. See if I got anything on 049. I can just search backwards on this. What is it? 14049. All right, I didn't hear like a QSO party or anything, so I don't know what they're calling for. So I don't want to get caught in a long QSO, so I don't respond to that one. I want short and quick. I'm going to put something in the chat just to see. If you come in the chat or you're just listening, say good morning so I know you're there. Here's a Florida station, possibly. Calling CQ. Pota. Good morning, Joe. Uniform, you are 5'9", Florida. Signal faded away at the end, but I heard the dip dip. And I'm not too worried about getting the right signal reports since it's Pota. Just want to make sure I get the call sign. That was Paul in Florida. You see his signal came back in. I need that. Alright, he's still there. Station in France. They're going a little slower, so I'm going to slow down. Well, it says 22 words a minute on the RBN. So maybe the activator slowed down for someone who was calling in slower. Now this could be just someone else calling CQ. So instead of just jumping in and responding thinking I'm getting France, I'm going to sit and listen to see if I can hear the call sign here. So we got 2 this morning. No, we started there. So we got 3 this morning, all CW. And I'm not hearing this station, so I'll move on. Wyoming, possibly. You said Wyoming, so I'm hearing the activator on this one. So I have to wait my turn. It's a little faint. It's fading in and out. I gotta wait for it to come back. They're about a 5-3 right now. If you look at my waterfall, there's no noise right now. I can hear him calling CQ, but I can't get him clearly. And you look to the left on the waterfall, there's a bunch of other signals there. But they're not Pota signals, so I will move on. I can't hear main. We got one on hammers here. Another James on 14347. Can I remember 64 is where I'm leaving off. So I'll go upper sideband. I'll go 14347. Oh, he's loud today.
I copy 1848 and 5330.
That's
Roger, 56 into my park 3312, and I have a second operator. Copy to 3312, and I'll hold for your second.
I hear James. He sounds.
Kilo Charlie 8 to Hotel Quebec.
He's down in a tunnel somewhere.
QSL, Kilo Charlie 8, Victor Hotel Quebec. I got you 5 and 8, 5 and 8, right into my 2 bar, QS 1848, QS 5330, QS coming. Hey, thanks for running at 73, Kilo X-Way, Papa through November, call CQ.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango.
The Kilo India 5.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango. Joseph, I got your 5 and 7, 5 and 7 into both parks yourself.
Roger, you're 5-9 into Texas, 59.
Hey, thank you very much for Texas. Thanks for running
73. That's right. Let's see if he's spotted yet. 347. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, Roger. You're also 5 and 9. Very good copy here into Michigan. So thanks for the contact. 73. Hey, thanks for running buddy at 73. Like Papa through the Liver.
James in Florida. Now, yesterday when he was on, I couldn't hear him at all. Whereas today, I can hear him just fine. But that's the way propagation works. I was on 14064. Need to go down on our volume. We got some kind of message here. Spam from my Wise camera. Wanting me to buy a battery of some sort. Okay, that's all the CW on 20 meters. Well, there's another one. I'm hearing both sides, but I haven't heard the call sign, so I have to wait. Got my key over here to my left, so that's why I'm looking towards the left. N8 JMS. .559, Ohio. Well, 559, Texas. Since he's fading in and out a little bit. N8 JMS. Dit. 559. Pota. I think this one just popped in from New Jersey, but I can't hear it. Sounds like. Alright, we'll go and check sideband for 20 meters. Starting at 225, that's where the general privileges start. That little chirping sound means it's something up above. That might be why James sounded like he was in a tunnel, because I had my noise reduction up too high. All right, there's something right above 225. Somebody spotted on 226 and 227.
November 4, Lima, Juliet, Tango. Okay, November 4, Lima, Juliet, what's the last letter? November 4, Lima, Juliet, what's the last letter?
Getting a lot of Wendy's type sound. You got two stations spotted on 14227. One in Florida, one in Kentucky. Kentucky says 19 minutes ago, so it may have gone QRT. But I can't hear through the noise. So moving on. All right, he's a little bit off frequency, so I got to figure out where he is. It's kind of off frequency. I'm trying to figure out where he is. Or she.
Are you in Georgia, Roger? Kilo Juliet 6 Alpha Mike Papa, what's your speed, please?
Starting to get closer. It's not clear yet, though.
Kilo Juliet 6 Alpha Mike Papa, sorry, I cannot hear you. Can you try one more time? The speed, please, the speed.
Okay, that's too low.
Cali Alpha?
That might be.
Okay, thank you so much. 73, this is Kilo Mike 4 Delta Alpha Yankee.
Kilo Mike 4 Delta Alpha Yankee.
TQ Georgia QSO Party, TQ Georgia QSO Party, Kilo Mike 4 Delta Alpha Yankee.
Let's try that.
4 Delta America Yankee.
Kilo India 5 Whiskey Whiskey Tango.
TQ Georgia QSO Party, TQ Georgia QSO Party, Kilo Mike 4 Delta Alpha Yankee. Kilo Mexico 4 Delta America Yankee.
Kilo India 5 Whiskey Whiskey Tango. All right, they're not hearing me in Georgia. Kilo India 5 Whiskey Whiskey Tango. They're not hearing me even at 85 watts. So I can hear them, but they can't hear me. All right, we're in the 14234 area. There's another one of those QSO party call signs, W0I on 14045.2. And I try to get those only because I know it's going to be a short exchange. They just want the state. So if you're out at a park activating and these QSO parties were going on, these K0s and these W0s and these N4s, you can just sit there and hunt those and make contacts with them. Of course, you have to have connectivity to the DX cluster to see them, but you get the point. So I'm not hearing that one. 44.9 for this K4R. didn't get that one. I'll try to get that one. And for some reason, Hammers can't look up these short call signs. But if I go to QRZ, I can look them up just fine. I want to see if they send a signal report. There's that W1AW station again, snuck through there. All right, I'm not hearing that one, so let's look 37.1. Nothing heard on 37.1. The W1AW station was on 33.1. And I'm not hearing that. So back to my... And I forgot where I was here. Let's see. No, I did that. I didn't see that. I can usually hear Arizona. Remember, I passed that. Not here in Virginia. Oh, that's the one I couldn't talk to. He said November 4 Alpha.
Alright, Kilo Juliet 5, say again.
And again, I can't look those up, but they'll look up when I send them to QRZ.
Juliet 5, India Alpha, Echo, go south.
These stations all sound a little off. Polk County, Georgia.
Thank you very much for Austin, Texas. Hope you have a good day. Georgia Tuesday party, November 4 Alpha.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango, go south.
Roger, I got you 5-9 in Dallas, Texas.
Thank you, 5-9 Texas, you're 5-9 in Fulton County, Georgia.
Roger, 73, and thank you.
73.
It's a Georgia QSO party.
November 4 Alpha. Georgia QSO party, November 4 Alpha.
And I usually make some type of notes when it's a
Georgia
QSO party so that when I look back at it, I will know what the call was about. There's KI7QCF. He does a lot of YouTube CW videos. I don't think I've ever made a contact with him though. Oh, I have. A lot of Pota contacts and one that wasn't. 24, 25, and 26. So I've made quite a few contacts with him. I don't hear a CQ being called though. Turn the volume down for CW. It's California that I'm hearing. So I'm not hearing the activator on this one. And it says QRV, so he may have switched to a different frequency. Alright, we were somewhere down here. I'll start at the bottom and come back up. Texas is too close. I normally can't hear Texas on 20 meters. Big Creek State Park. Somebody's below you. Pretty strong signal. 340. That one's asking for a number, so it's some type of contest. I don't want to get into any contests right now because I have to remember the number. Alright, I can't hear that, so we'll move on. KF0U. KFU. 336. 334. QRV SSB. Not hearing anything on the 300s. 307. It's in Arkansas. I might be able to hear that. No, it says 23 minutes ago. You know, he's probably gone. Louisiana's too close. Connecticut. K4KK is on 285 just now. Also, when you're looking at the DX clusters, you will see stuff coming from beacons. So I can see I'm hearing the 15-meter beacon in Texas. So I may be able to make some 15-meter contacts. W18W/7 has snuck up again on 14033. 033. But I'm not hearing him. 14033.1 right here. Or is it right here? There you go. 22 dB. I'm not hearing it though. N4F is on 35.6. Did I talk to N4F? It's not a duplicate, so 35.6. I'm actually hearing it on 35.5. we're listening for N4F on 1403. Sounded like they just wanted a signal report in the state, and they're done. Let me look up N4F. All right, that's Georgia QSO party. Here's all the call signs they're using. And it says they want to work 5 stations to spell NFARL. So I'll make note of that. GA QSO party. Looking down on the DX cluster, I don't see anything new. See one station on 10 meters, 28022.1. 1.1. It's one of those where you have to kick the tuner. There's nothing but dead air, so there's nothing there. I was down in the 300s coming up. Probably about there. Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango. Victor Echo Station. That's North Carolina again.
All right, that's the big boom in 5-9 Ray down here to North Carolina, Park US 2740.
Lake Norman State Park, it says.
All right, thank you very much to Northern Ontario, first Canadian of the activation, your number 3 in Mars, so that is always a good sign for me, my friend.
This may not be him, it says QSY.
Roger that. I got a feeling we will, my friend. Hey, thank you very much for Canada. Hope you have a great day. 7-3 right back to you. This is Alpha India 4, Zulu Delta, for Parks on the Air. QR testing.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango. Joe, good to get you in my friend. I got you a 5912 here to North Carolina, Park US 2740.
Roger that. You are 5-7 in North Texas, right outside of Dallas.
Roger 5-7 in North Texas. Hope the weather is just as beautiful out there as it is here. We are lakeside. Couldn't ask for a better day.
Roger that. We've got clouds and light rain, 73, and good luck on your activation.
All right, you keep those clouds and light rain to yourself here. We don't want it, but thank you for talking. Thank you very much.
Sometimes you get into small conversations with the activators. Sometimes they don't want to have a conversation. You have to kind of feel it out. If they want to talk, go ahead and talk to them. If not, move on. So 306 is what I did. .289 is very low. I heard some RIDDI there. 287. This is California, Georgia. There's one of those N0 stations doing Pota in Missouri. I'm not hearing it though. Somebody's above you on 269. Not hearing that. Not hearing anything in the 260s or 250s. 230. If you want to hear some SSTV, get on 14230. Kilo India 5 Whiskey Whiskey Tango.
Kilo India 5 Whiskey Whiskey Tango. I have you 590 at US 1504.
Roger that. I have you 57 in Texas 57.
US Element 57 and 73.
73 and thank you. Now when I'm out at a park activating and I hear somebody on 14230, I'll usually just sit and wait and listen until someone just starts blasting some SSTV. And then someone will come on and explain to them that when they do SSTV, they don't wait and see if the frequency is in use. They just start sending. Still got the windy type noise on 227 and 226. Looks like you got 3 hams out at Starved State Park. I hope they took some food with them. N4JRA is out at Dan River State Trail in North Carolina. All right, James has moved to 18137. I think that's upper side band. James. Let's see, 18137. That should be upper sideband. Keep my band map open just so I don't go outside my privileges. I don't hear James, but there's something down below on the waterfall. Let's move down and check.
All right. Hey, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go up and have lunch. Pretty soon it'll be supper here. I think we're at
18124. There's a good old rag shoe going on.
I haven't heard the dryer, so I'm taking a break and going to eat lunch. N3HX clear near Allentown, PA, 50 miles north of Philly.
All right, that's Pennsylvania. All right, so I've done sideband and I've done CW.
Roger. Thank you, David.
For 20 meters. Let's check some of the other bands after we check this. Minnesota. There's the CQ. Pota. AL7T. $559. I messed up on that B, that BK, but I just kept going. So copy that. And he said 559. Let's go Pota. That was Doyle in Minnesota. Doyle in Minnesota. Thank you. All right, let's check some of the other frequencies. There's James again. He always has a pileup though. Right there. I'll see if I can get him. I can hear him, kind of. It's about a 559. There's that station I just talked to, showing up on the DX cluster. I'm hoping the stronger signal is James, the activator. Alright, James has a pileup and I don't want to sit and wait for it. So we'll check some of the other bands. 10 meters. $28,409. There's something above 409. There's a very light signal on 410. And those two are just noise. And I can't hear main. There's something out to the right. More noise. More noise.
Ahí está, Hotel Kilo Cero, Radio México Radio. Buenas tardes, Patricio por acá te saluda. 5859 entra al norte de Chile, cambio.
28485. My Spanish is not that good, so I can't tell what they're saying. But those are possibly stations down in South America, which is where my 10-meter signal goes this time of year. I always check just above 28,500 because sometimes you will find DX stations there. That's more noise. Alright, nothing on 10 meters, we will say. Let's look at 15 meters. CW from New York. Nothing heard but dead air. One sideband from Colorado. Nothing heard there either. And let's go 17 meters. That's Brazil. South Carolina. That big thing out on the waterfall there is most likely FT8. "17-meter Pota." I'm not hearing you. This would be upper sideband. Nothing heard on 17 meters. 30 meters. Nothing. Let's try 40. Audio. I heard a dit. That's Kentucky. This is middle of the day. It's cloudy with light rain outside. Nothing heard on 32. Always check 40 meters. Sometimes you will hear something. In Texas, up north in Canada, they have 40 meters during the daytime. I know that from Ernest. I don't recall his call sign off the top of my head. But during the day here in Texas, 40 meters is not that good at all. All right, nothing on 40 meters. There's one spotted on 80 meters. Big Spring State Park. He is QSY 10 minutes ago. All right, so we've gone through all the bands this morning. We have made how many contacts? 10 contacts this morning. We started at 1701. It's 1752. In about 50 minutes, we made 10 contacts. So if I was out at the park, this would be an activation. And again, everything's going like to the east over here, northeast. Nothing out here. Usually later in the day, I start getting stations out west in the northwest. But if we look at 20 meters again, station from Germany has also spotted on 0255, but I can't hear it. Propagation's not there. Make one last pass through 20 meters. 381 W0H. You can see on the waterfall a lot of CW, but it's not Pota. You have to figure out what it is, which I don't want to do right now. 14055. '73. That sounds like a rag chew. Rag chew in progress. It was K7SHR in Wyoming. It's very light, but he's responding to me. I went 559 since he was very low at the beginning. All right, pick that one up. I said 559. I didn't hear his signal report, so I will assume, of course, I will assume it was a 5.9. All right, ND9G Randy from Lowell, Indiana. I've gone through all of the bands. I started at 20. Then I went through and I didn't hear anything on any of the other bands, 10, 15, 17, or 40. So I'm making my last pass on 20 meters. And I just picked up this Wyoming station. I'm also watching my ham alerts here on the top screen, 14033. And I'm watching the DX cluster down here on the bottom. I heard a dit on 33, but I'm not hearing the activator. That's KA5TXN. That's here. He's in Texas, which is kind of local to me, so I probably won't be able to hear him. And I see one. Well, that one, that's just a beacon. I'm hearing a beacon on 12 meters. It's very light. All right, we got, what is this? AA5JF on 14035.1. And of course, it's very low. Because it's on 35. That's this one right here. I'm going to see if I can get that one. AA5JF in Georgia. He's a strong 5.7 signal. But of course it's a pileup, and I don't want to wait for the pileup. Alright, I don't see anyone else. W4LOOs on 53.6. I've already got that one since it's green. Okay. So again, my map is mostly out to the east. Let's count these again. Starting here. Okay, we've got 11 contacts now. Let's see here. And yesterday I put out a video on morsewalker.com. Go over and check it out. It lets you practice your Pota activations. It's not for sending, it's more for receiving. There's a setting here. You can specify how many stations you want to call you. So it'll simulate having a pileup. So if you put in 3, it'll have 3 stations all calling you at the same time, and you have to pick out which one you want to talk to. I don't know why I have the CW up so loud. All right, so that is my final contact. I will go ahead and upload these to QRZ. I am using Hammers, and it has a feature that will upload all of my contacts for me to QRZ.com. And I can go back over and check. I think I closed it. Go there, go there. Logbook. All right, these are those contacts that I just made, starting at 1701. There's 11 of them. Longest one looks like 1,000 miles to Wyoming. That was Pota. Looks like most of them are Pota, and the others are the Georgia QSO party. So that's all I'm going to do for this morning. I will possibly head out to the park if it's not raining. Put me in your ham alerts, of course. Kilo India 5, Whiskey Tango. 73 guys, and thanks for watching as we go to try to figure out how to stop the stream. See you guys next time. Thank you. Yeah, Morse Walker is pretty good.